Shalom, shalom on this Sunday fun day. This your brother Wasilkamilbey coming at you. Right back at your ass with a nice beautiful video. We like to reserve and assert and exercise our First Amendment constitutional rights, freedom of speech, and everything that rides with it. We got a video brought to you by RT America. You know what I mean? Titles, it's Forgotten Fathers. That's the video, but hey, the title of our video is called Paper Pimps. Paper Pimps. You know what I mean? Paper Pimps. Let me go and start jumping and giving y'all some, how we start off. You know what I mean? That's how we gonna start off. Y'all forgotten? Look what it say. And the Lord God said, it is not good that a man should be alone. I will make him a helper comparable to him. You know, he made a one man because we was man, okay? Because we carry life. We carry life, okay? We're going to drop this again. Remember what I put up here in this video. You remember this? I want to beat this in y'all head. You got a right to control your children, okay? Can't nobody else tell you that. We're going to get on these paper pimps. And what I mean by the paper pimps, I mean the family courts. How they gonna tell you got custody, and that's what a woman run to seek refuge for her deceit and lying and dirtiness. And then the family courts, they work with the child support agency. You know what I mean? But they gotta have a bitch to come down there and beg and lie because she wanna be disobedient. Because I'm gonna tell you something. If the bitch is poor, she cannot take care of those children. I want you to go get this book. This book is called Woman, the Dominant Sex from Bloomers to Bikinis. Go get that book. Order that book online and get the bitch in the house. Okay? We also gonna do a little reading from a little powerful quotes. Alright? From a woman. Hold up. I'll let you see this. Wow. Hold on, hold up. See that? See, and that's coming from a woman. She know how dirty they are. That's why Hillary Clinton didn't win. These bitches ain't want. How a bitch gonna run this country? She can't run her own goddamn house. Huh? Think about that shit. Think about that. Shit. Think about that, fellas. Well, we gonna get on to this story. I'm gonna break this story down for you. You know what I mean? Here we go.
Every year, more than 4.2 million Americans say, I do. And every year, around 2.1 million babies are born to married couples. But also every year, around 1 million couples say, I don't. That's right, the big D, divorce. That all according to the CDC. So what happens to the millions of children stuck in the middle of the judicial system that makes one party a parent and the other a visitor? The numbers show that custodial mothers were about twice as likely to live in poverty as compared to custodial fathers.
Now, what did we say? They're giving these people the paper pimps. And what I mean by the paper pimps too, they send you that letter, hey, we're gonna collect child support from your child. So you get that paper, you don't know what's going on, right? You didn't ask them, say, hey, look after my child. You didn't ask them for services. This bitch did. The bitch. Okay? And fellas, let me say something before I go in deep. You got people saying that we cocky and all this old shit. You need to be cocky too. And stop being a fucking pussy. Because your manhood has been compromised. You know what I mean? Get your mama spirit pussy out of your mind and your heart, nigga. That goes for any bitch ass nigga. Stop being a bitch. We don't live in poverty because you know why? We built this motherfucker from our backs. And look, and they gave children to us on their backs, right? Think about that. They laid on their backs and we built this country on our backs. Think about that. She laid on her back getting this dick, you know what I mean? Coming and all that and staying at home being a mother.
So the children who were granted over to mom are more likely to be impoverished than those who live with dad. Despite financial difficulties, courts continue to give mothers custodial rights year after year. Not much.
Paper pimps. Right? Giving these bitches custody because they know they're gonna make money off these your children when they go to motherfucking jail and become juveniles. Don't you see now? Don't you see that shit? It's the bitch, the bitch, the bitch. Paper pimps. Here they go.
Changed in 20 years, despite some who argue that judges are adapting to the new cultural norms. Still, only 1 out of 6 dads are likely to be the custodial parent. Child support is probably one of the more contentious areas of child custody. Those who pay out often feel they're paying too much, while those who receive say it's not enough. America is in the red by about $113 billion in back child support. The presumption of deadbeat.
You know that's a bullshit ass lie. Now these bitches is in $113 billion of debt. These bitches is.
Dads are surely buzzing your head by now, but these sky-high numbers many times stem from dads who simply cannot pay. Those who live in states that have rigid child support charts and do not forgive men who are not high-income earners, or dads who have been incarcerated. Child support.
Now check this out. Where these hoes at? Why they ain't saying about these hoes being locked up for, child support? Bitches need to go to jail for begging. Okay? Y'all want to make that shit happen? Hit us up, man. Because they not showing these hoes going to jail. See, that's how you know. Let me go and hit you with some esoteric shit. We built this country, right? So they getting on these niggas. Y'all should be out building and spoiling this broke ass hoe. Because they tired of these hoes begging. These bitches think they have power. Their power is begging and deception. That's a woman's power.
Arrears quickly becomes crushing debt. Child support ranges from 20% of your net income all the way up to 40% for up to 6 kids. For those who have been surprised by the news that they were fathers years later, to those who have hit hard times, or those who are paying their debt to society, child support is one area that allows for modern-day debtors' prisons. The law recognizes no difference between deadbeat from dead broke, and yet, when mom wins custody 85% of the time, her income level is never in question. Dad is punished by this outdated system when he does not meet certain income thresholds. So should only the rich be afforded the rights to see, have, or be near their children? In 1975, President Gerald Ford signed into law Section 4D of the Social Security Act, which placed...
Did you see that? You hear that? Paper fucking pimp. Paper pimp. This is the biggest paper pimp, man.
Ordered child support funds to fall under the umbrella of social programs such as welfare, TANF, and the like. As such, the amount of child support the custodial parent receives from the non-custodial parent is directly tied to the number of days the non-custodial parent receives from the court. The fewer days granted to the visiting parent, the more money that is due to the custodial parent. numbers which are filed into the federal system by way of the family court. This 1975 system was intended to hold men who did not want to be responsible for their children accountable.
Okay, did they say that the guys that's in the children's lives? No, they said the niggas that went back and got the pack of cigarettes ain't returned. That's who his child support is for. Not for all you fellas, not for y'all that's paying and you in your child's life, and then the bitch get the income tax at the end of the year, can't do shit with it. Bitch ain't supposed to have no money, she's supposed to have orders. You're supposed to give her orders instead of giving her money.
The men who want to be an active parent in their child's life. Those men are simply swept into an outdated system that was meant to bridge the gap and keep women off of welfare and out of poverty. But in 1975, the gender landscape.
Paper pimps, divorce settlement, and the woman is the pimp of this paper as well. Because all she gotta do is go down there, I'm filing for divorce. Because the state owns both of you, right? And they're gonna award her. Because they know she throws away money. And she bleeds once a month and she's retarded. Real talk. Women are retarded. A woman does not have power if she don't have a man. I don't give a fuck who don't like this video. Look, I don't pay child support because I'm not volunteering for foolishness. For what? I gotta pay somebody for my shit? Are you serious? Fuck out of here, man.
Look different. Today, there are more women graduating college than men. That number is quadruple what it was.
Okay, paper pimps. They went to go get some more paper, call it a degree. They going to college. Think about that.
In the 1970s, women account for almost exactly half of the workforce in the U.S. at 47%. And today, working moms are the societal norm. 75% of modern moms have full-time jobs. But yet, the rules and...
But still begging. These hoes got jobs and still begging, can't hold their own.
Lines surrounding child support remain based on this severely outdated law. And these aren't just numbers from the U.S. Census Bureau or Centers for Disease Control. These are real people with real stories that share one glaring common denominator. They're all men who have had their role of father diminished by the court. When I started working on my report, I received an outpouring of messages and letters from disenfranchised dads all across the country. For example, a story from Jared in North Carolina. He lost the custody battle to his ex-wife, later to have his child murdered by her new boyfriend. Here's what he told me.
I've never been convicted of any crimes. In 2003, my daughter was born. And then in 2007, she died of head trauma after months of abuse at the hands of her mother's boyfriend while in her care. I tried making my life and that of my daughter and her mother's life better by trying to keep us together, by getting us away from the toxic environment that was lower mid-Michigan. I spent a year in North Carolina working and building up basic needs for a job, house, and new car. When I was ready for them to make the move, my wife had already been seeing someone else, perhaps more than one guy. She also slapped me with a child support order. I abandoned all my plans and fled back to Michigan in an attempt to remain a part of my daughter's life. I got to see my daughter, supervised, for 2 hours a week for 3 months. But eventually, my access to visitation rights was entirely cut. I pleaded with her mother and her mother's lawyer to change this rule, but I was met with deadbeat dad language and denied. So, I was cut from my daughter's life. I saved and saved money in an attempt to hire a lawyer to sue for custody while admittedly avoiding my child support payments. Right or wrong, they denied me rights to even see my daughter, This was my protest. But before I got the chance to start this fight, my daughter was murdered at the hands of my ex-wife's boyfriend.
You hear that? Hold on.
But before I got the chance to start this fight, my daughter...
You see that? Murdered. Let me go hit you with the Bible, what it says. When a man takes a wife and marries her, and it happens that she finds no favor in his eyes because he has found some uncleanliness in her, and he writes her a certificate of divorce, puts it in her hand, and sends her out of his house. You supposed to kick this bitch out and keep them children. I ain't write that. I didn't write that book. That's what it says. You niggas is weak out here. Stop being fucking weak. Nigga, kill your daughter. Hold these motherfucking lawyers and shit accountable. Start following they motherfucking ass. Whoop they motherfucking ass. Beat the dog shit out of them. Put them in the hospital. Real talk. Because they the ones liable for this man's daughter to get murdered. Make sure they don't use a pen no more. Real talk. This ain't my child. That shit pissed me off. Make sure some motherfuckers can't walk no more. For real. Don't kill them. Don't. Just teach them a good motherfucking lesson, man. Y'all need to build y'all some shit. Y'all get some homeboys that ain't playing about these children. Because you got these people up here playing court and shit. Playing paper pimps. Playing around. Talking about practicing law and shit. Practicing on your offspring. Practicing now. Not knowing, but practicing. But they practicing, but they knowing that, hey, we can take advantage of this motherfucker. Right? Just put something on your mind. Because I'm not going to play. Something happened to my daughters. Both of them. Let me tell you a little story about my first baby mama. I remember I was driving. This bitch hit me. And I ain't going to lie. That bitch hit me so fucking hard, man. I was like, God damn, I thought she was a nigga. I turned around. I took my fist like this. I hit her with all this right here. I hit her with all this. Number hard motherfucking bone. Man, you heard that motherfucking shot echo in the goddamn car, man. She was hollering and screaming, and her mama and them seen that. Seen her eye was black. Yeah, they ain't do shit, because they know what time it is. Now you got motherfuckers killing children, and the courts is helping these nigga murder children. We gonna get on this black bitch, Barbara Jordan.
But just look at some of the things they stand for. I'll quote a former Congresswoman, Barbara Jordan. She's passed away now. She was quite well known in her time, very liberal. She said, I believe that women have a capacity for understanding and compassion which a man structurally does not have. He's just incapable of it. Well, I say go read the Bible, which was mostly written by men. I say go read Shakespeare. He was a man, and go read Leo Tolstoy. Tell me that these people did not have compassion and understanding.
Fuck that bitch.
I began by asking Dr. Banchik why he's such a proponent for shared parenting.
It's incredibly important to children that parents get along. The research on the outcomes of kids in divorce is very clear. When moms and dads get along, the kids do much better. And when parents can parent together properly in a shared parenting plan, you'd be amazed at the outcomes.
That's a motherfucking lie. Let's keep going.
When the United States began,
oh shit, the fuckery.
Shared parenting plan, you'd be amazed at the outcomes. When the United States began, men had custody. It was because men were in charge.
Now, we're gonna leave it right there. Hey, hit us up, 512 663-3815. Shamstoppers, baby. You want to throw some people in jail before you break their hands? But hey, if your child died by the hands of these people, man, follow their ass home. Real talk. Fuck them. They ain't give a fuck about your child, so why give a fuck about them? Because they gotta go home. You gotta go home. Real talk. But they want to run behind a sheet of paper because they paper pimps. And they know they doing wrong too, and they know this shit, and they don't care. Right? They don't give a fuck, so you gotta meet them on, you gotta meet them eye to eye on their shit, on their fuckery. Hey, hit us up, baby. We want to throw some hoes. We want to throw some hoes in jail, baby. That's what we do over here. Sue some motherfucking asses. You know what I mean? Hit us up. Subscribe, share, and like. Peace.